What's it up, baby? Y'all know it is a big boss hog, boss dog K Poke through the door here to talk to boxing. So I was listening to Fight Hub TV. Shout out to them. I'm gonna post a link in the description. They interview Oscar De La Hoya. De La Hoya is at the press conference for Bivol versus Zito Ramirez. They're supposed to be fighting for the belt. Winner most likely will go face Arthur Beterbiev. We just want to talk about some things that Oscar De La Hoya said. Now, before we get into this, Oscar De La Hoya is the face of Golden Boy. He does not be in the room when they be negotiating and stuff like that. He's just the face. Okay, I think the other guy name is Gonzalez and somebody else. Eddie Gonzalez or something like that. Who really do the leg work for Golden Boy, right? Richard Schaefer used to be over there, but Richard Schaefer left and went and did his own thing. I think it's stuff called Big Star or some Star Promotions. Oscar De La Hoya. Let's go down memory lane before we get into the video. Oscar De La Hoya and Al Haymon used to work together. I think under Golden Boy, if I'm not mistaken. Al Haymon then left and took a lot of the fighters like Deontay Wilder, Jamel Charlo, Danny Garcia, list goes on. And they're successful. These fighters are great fighters and, things like that. But when they were at Golden Boy, when they was at Golden Boy, they wouldn't, nobody knew who they was, okay? So, Oscar De La Hoya then, at a later date, sued Al Haymon and PBC, right? And then it backfired on them, and then they come to find out they found some racial slurs that Oscar De La Hoya and a couple of people in Golden Boy were saying about Al Haymon. So I just want to paint this picture for y'all. The stuff he's saying. So the stuff you finna hear him say, I want y'all to keep that in y'all mind about, Al Haymon being a previous co-worker of De La Hoya, them trying to sue Al Haymon and losing, and then finding out that they were saying racial things about Al Haymon. So let's listen to this interview.
Will be huge in Mexico, will be huge for his fans, will be huge for his career, and then we'll see from there. But we're willing, as Golden Boy, we're willing to work with anybody. We're willing to work with anybody just to make these fights happen.
That's cap. Name a fight, a big fight that Golden Boy had outside of Canelo. Don't I wait. Name a big fight that Golden Boy worked. They had with their star fighter, and they took him and they let him work with another promotional company, or the other promotional company worked with them. And name a fighter besides Canelo, okay? Because Canelo worked with, Canelo came over, to fight Floyd on Showtime, okay? Signed the Golden Boy. But I'm just saying, name a fighter outside of Canelo Alvarez that Golden Boy had that was a big star that they went and worked with another network who had a big star and made a big fight. Don't worry, I wait. I don't worry, I wait. Even when Canelo's with Golden Boy, they barely wanted him to go fight big fights and big names and stuff like that. So that's cap. That's cap. Right? Now, apparently, they supposed to be working out a deal with Ryan Garcia and Tank. Okay? Which you're going to hear him talk about in this video. I'll believe it when I see it. But let's keep listening.
Oscar, the Twitter a few hours ago. Just want to, just get your thoughts, man. What's in your heart? What's in your mind about everything that happened with Crawford and the stuff that you said on Twitter?
It's about time that the fight fans know what's going on. The truth, the reality.
Okay, the truth. The truth about what, Oscar? Truth about what? I don't understand. What truth? But let's keep listening. I ain't let him finish. My bad. My bad, y'all. I ain't let him finish. Let me let him finish.
Crawford, kudos to him, him coming out and exposing the truth. that's what we're dealing with, and I'm fed up with it. And it's about time that that the fight fans know what's happening, why these big fights are not taking place. Look, Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis, we did our part, the boxing part. Everything is agreed upon. Executives, TV, they all have to just come to terms. I feel very optimistic that this fight can take place, but you never know. So,
Okay, so this this man sat there and said that Terrence Crawford exposed the truth. What truth did he expose? I'm trying to figure that out. So, because it's basically like he's saying that PBC don't have the money to make the fights. So let's look at PBC's track record of pay-per-views. They paid your former fighter Canelo Alvarez $40 million just last year. Around this time last year, $40 million, and Caleb Plant got $10 million to fight. They were going to offer a contract to Canelo Million. He is a millionaire. To Canelo Alvarez. A 3 to 4 fight deal. In each fight, he gets 50 million, 40, 50 million. But they broke. Let's keep going. El Spitz fought Ugas. Very successful pay-per-view. Jamel Charlo fought Castano. Very successful pay-per-view. Tank, although he's not signed to PBC, Rolly, he's not signed to PBC, but they fought on Showtime. Very successful pay-per-view. But they going broke. Who's watching any fight on the zone? Who's watching Ryan Garcia fights? Don't I wait. Ryan Garcia got all these supporters on Instagram. Why ain't they at his fights? Why did he only got 3,000 people at his fights? But Tank got 15 to 20,000 people at his fights, and then he got millions of people at home watching his fights on pay-per-view. Come on, man. Or just viewing his fights. But PBC going broke. But Showtime going out of business. What did he expose? What did Bud Crawford expose? If anything was exposed, it was the level of ignorance that Bud Crawford has when it pertains to boxing business. Not boxing, boxing business. The more this man talks, the more ignorant he sounds. He don't know nothing about no boxing business. And there's a reason for that. There's a reason why he's not a big star like he should be as far as where everybody know who he is. Everybody should know who Bud Crawford is. But he been sheltered on Top Rank for over 10 plus years. He finally gets out. I'm my own boss now. I do what I want. I call the shots. Okay? You call the shots, but you just went with a company that's unproven, that has a history of bankruptcy. Go look at that. You're getting $25 million guaranteed. Don't y'all see that this is the same? The Zone did this. The Zone came out, was throwing money out there. Canelo, Triple G, you get some money. Everybody gets some money. You want 80 million? Boom, 80. Let's keep listening.
In terms of the network stuff, like what, I guess, how can they work that out? Or is it something that like it's either Showtime, it's like, no, it has to be on Showtime. Like, well, what happens there?
It's simple economics. Hermano, okay, vamos a, okay. It's simple economics. It's wanting to make the fight happen. That's the bottom line. You know, I mean, come on. These are the biggest fights that can take place, and we cannot make them. It's bullshit.
Okay, what fights did I? This is what I'm talking about. He didn't even answer the question, bro. He asked him a question. Is it showtime? He didn't even answer it. He danced around it and gave like an overall broad answer. Like, man, let's keep listening, man.
Steven, because I spoke to Steven last week, and he said it's really the promoters that got to come together and ask him, why can't you just come in and say, these guys want the fights, let's just do it co-op, and you know, we both promote the hell out of the fight, and it's an even bigger fight.
It's more complicated.
But does he have the power to do that, to be able to make the fight?
Well, it's more complicated than that when you don't have the say. Well, look, I'm gonna go live very soon, and I'm gonna expose the truth. If these fights are not gonna get made, I'm gonna expose the truth because I'm fed up. I'm tired. I want to see these fights happen. Kudos to Terrence Crawford for coming out and speaking the truth. So you'll just have to wait and see. I don't know if it's gonna be Twitter or Instagram, but we're gonna make it happen.
You see what I'm saying? This nigga, this nigga. First of all, this nigga look like he on that white girl. He on that snowball. The nigga nose looking a little red to me. You know Oscar De La Hoya be snorting that bull. All I'm saying is at the end of the day, Cub talk about he gonna expose the truth. But then contradicted himself and said that, oh, it's more complicated. Which one is it? Because at first he said it was easy. We just got to get these fights made. It's easy. It's simple. It's simple. He said that. Now when the dude asked him about what Steven Espinosa said, when he said Steven Espinosa said, man, we just got to sit down with the promoters. It's more complicated than that. Which one is it? Is it easy? Is it complicated? Either way it go, the nigga ain't answer the questions. Either way it go, like I said before, what was exposed? What was exposed? He ain't answering the questions. Bud ain't answering the questions. What was exposed? My bad, I got sidetracked a little bit. I'm thinking about something else. But what was exposed? Let's keep listening.
What did you make of the comment that Errol threw at you on Twitter? I know you had tweets. He just said he mentioned Rashidi Ellis, and you guys didn't do him well, didn't promote him well, and that's why.
Okay, that's a great point. Rashidi Ellis, I forgot about that. Was signed to Golden Boy. Why did Rashidi Ellis get out of his deal with Golden Boy to go to PBC? Don't worry, I'll wait. Don't worry, I'll wait. I forgot about that. Let's listen to his response.
And how could you talk about promoting Leo and Deontay and him and Danny when he mentioned Rashidi, that you guys didn't really promote him the right way?
Oh, we promoted him excellently. Absolutely, he's a tremendous talent. He's the one that kept turning fights down and down and down and down, and now he goes with a different promoter or a different advisor and is not fighting anymore, and he's done. What has he done? We were promoting him, trying to position him to get to that world title. He just was turning fights down. That's the bottom line. Look, I'm a fighter first. I want to see fights. I'm a fan of boxing.
Hey, man, I just want y'all to look at him, bro. Look at this nigga, okay? Look at this nigga.
The world title, he just was turning fights down. That's the bottom line. Look.
Do this look like a nigga that's sober? Look at this nigga. Do this look like he's sober? This finna be the thumbnail. Do that look like a sober man to you? Look, man, look, we ain't gotta listen to him no more. All I'm saying is this. Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy and Bud Crawford are all jealous of how the organization and how well of an oil machine that PBC is. That's all it is. PBC don't have drama. PBC don't have issue making fights. It's pretty simple. Okay? Their fighters are put in position to be successful. They make all their top fighters fight each other. Name another fighter on Top Rank that Terrence Crawford fought. Name a top fighter that Terrence Crawford fought, period. That was an elite fighter. That nigga babysat that belt for 3 to 4 years. Now he talking about he his own boss and he confident in his skills. And, you know, Errol ducking him and PBC didn't want to fight. Errol Spence is gay. Al Haymon is gay. All this stuff. All that is smoke and mirrors. All of that is to deflect the fact that this nigga ran from the smoke. That's all it is. And then you got niggas like this who sit there who is jealous of Al Haymon and PBC. Why? Because Al Haymon took fighters from Golden Boy and made them bigger fighters. And now these guys are well known, well promoted. They make money. They have a sellout pay-per-views. They're fighting top fights on PBC and Showtime and Fox. But y'all want to sit there and listen to a nigga like this, who done sat there and said a racial slur about Al Haymon. Y'all want to sit there and listen to fighters like Bud, who done lied. I got some content coming, because I'm finna tell y'all why this nigga be lying. Boss gone.